welcome back to A Garden of Epiphany, a women's health and wellness oasis. I'm your host, Raven Epiphany, and I'm so glad you decided to join us for another video. So today we're going to be talking about cleaner living. So I know like in America, we have a lot of products, a lot of foods, etc. that contain a lot of harsh chemicals, and that's kind of become our norm. But honestly, that was never meant to be something that was a part of what we ingest or things that are saturating in our environment. And so today I'm going to talk about ways that you can pursue cleaner living in a way that's actually sustainable, in a way that's easier to pursue. I know it can seem like a super challenging undertaking because, like I said, a lot of our products, a lot of the things that we're just used to using are literally like made up almost completely of harsh chemicals, of things that are really not supposed to be in our bodies. So it can seem a little bit overwhelming to even try to figure out how to choose cleaner products, how to choose cleaner foods, etc. Especially living in a capitalistic society where a lot of the ways that products are made up are not really made up based off of, what's going to be the healthiest for the people or what's best for our bodies, but is made up based on, what's going to be most profitable or what's going to cut costs the best, etc. And so I'm going to talk today and give you some tips about how you can just start that cleaner living process in a way that kind of takes the overwhelm off of it. And I just want to say, like, the journey is definitely worth it because I personally believe, and it is one of our core values here at the Garden of Epiphany, that God put everything that we need, for our bodies to, ingest and function. He gave us everything that we need here on the earth. And I feel like the further we get away from the natural, basis of the products that are, given to us from the earth and from, all of the elements here, the further we get away from that, the further we get into man-made things, the closer we get to the risk of illnesses, the risk of our bodies not functioning at full capacity. And so that's not to say like all man-made things are bad or anything like that, but I'm just saying like to have a natural and clean living mindset and approach to life keeps us in a healthier position and minimizes risks as far as, unnecessary illnesses, unnecessary exposure to poisons, etc. It definitely helps to maintain a growth mindset approach when you are starting this process. So I know for me personally, one thing that I adopted when I first started and that I still maintain today is just, it's not really an all or nothing thing. It's not either I'm living all clean and ingesting no chemicals, or I'm just going to say, forget it, I don't care because I can't, keep up with it anyway. A growth mindset approach to this means that as I learn new things that are not good for me, or as I learn better ways to switch out things in my life, I will implement those over time so that, and when I look back, when I started this journey, I'm definitely further along than I was before. And so a growth mindset just means that you will continue getting better every day. You'll continue to get better every week, every month, etc. And not overwhelming yourself with, I just need to make sure that I'm all the way or I'm not going to do it at all. So here's some tips that I personally would recommend and that I have implemented is to strive to implement things over time. So when I first started, I think one of the first two things that I implemented were hair products and cleaning products. So back in college, I don't know if I was still getting relaxers, which, are terrible. I may talk about that another day, but I know that I was in an environmental science class. Shout out to Imani. She was in my class. It's one of my friends. And she'll tell you that, sadly, I was not in many of those classes. This was freshman year and it was at 8 a.m. If you're a college student, you understand. But regardless, I know one of the classes that I was in, we talked about, or our professor was talking about how parabens and silicone are two things that we should do our best to exclude from our hair products and other skincare products, etc. And so even though, there's plenty of things that I either missed in that class or don't remember from that class because I studied them and have forgotten them, that one stuck with me. And from that day, I literally, when I would go shop for shampoos, go shop for conditioners, etc., that was one thing I was able to implement there. Doesn't mean that I know every single harsh product that could be in a shampoo, conditioner, etc. No, but I was able to implement that very day. The very next time I went shopping for shampoo and conditioner, I went and I searched for paraben and silicone-free products. Over time, I've learned some other things that should be in my products and should not, and I've implemented those. But that was my starting point. I didn't try to say, well, I don't know everything that's bad, so I might as well stick with my trash hair products anyway. Oh, I learned something new, I implemented it, and kept it moving. The other thing would be cleaning products. So this was my second year of teaching, and I remember I was working in a Montessori school, and the parents preferred that the students that we use cleaning products, clean natural cleaning products in the classroom, because the way Montessori works, children are responsible for their environment. So I'm not going to get into the whole philosophy, but essentially they would be interacting with these cleaning products. It wasn't just going to be me using them. They would be the ones spraying, they would be the ones wiping down, etc. And so parents wanted to make sure that their children weren't being exposed to harsh chemicals in the cleaning products that we used. And so I learned a lot about a lot of different products that were possible, and I even ended up implementing clean products in my home that year as well. And so did I learn every single ingredient that I should be avoiding? No, but now I was more mindful to now search for clean natural products that did not have harsh chemicals, that did not have harsh not fragrances, but chemical smells, etc. And honestly, when I clean, especially when I'm cleaning my bathroom or something, I like to be able to spray as much as possible. And so it was such a relief, such a wonderful thing to be able to spray as much as possible without worrying about, my lungs giving out on me or anything like that. And I also wanted to put a disclaimer here, because a lot of times when I've tried to, share clean products, healthy clean products with others, their concern was whether or not things would actually be clean or whatever. But I will be the first to tell you that there are cleaning products when you just like products that have harsh chemicals in them. Some products work well for you, some of them don't. There are definitely clean, healthy cleaning products that work very, very well. And so don't let that be a setback for you. Don't continue to lean on products that are not good for your lungs, not good for your health, probably not good for your skin, just because you're worried that your bathroom, your kitchen, etc. will not be clean. And who wouldn't want to be able to clean their kitchen and other spaces without worrying about the possibility of having to call poison control, right? So one thing that I do is whenever I am about to try a new product, I will go ahead and do some research on it. So let's go back to the hair products, for example. If I know I want to go use a new shampoo, let's say I didn't know anything about parabens or silicone or anything like that, and I say I'm about to go try something new. When I research that product, I'm looking for what are chemicals that are usually in hair products that I know I need to avoid, or that people know that we should avoid. Also, I look at, recommended things that should be in whatever product, so in my hair product. And then lastly, I look at reviews for the clean, healthy products that are out on the market, and I make my decision from there. Another thing that I do to help me along my process is that I follow people who are dedicated, or pages or people that are dedicated to researching specific niche areas of clean living. So I know that I follow for example, the Food Babe, who literally goes through on her page and points out harsh chemicals in various foods that are normally eaten by us, by children, etc. And she offers an alternative, a clean, either homemade alternative or something store-bought alternative. Now I won't lie, if you go follow her, some of those things you might get a little overwhelmed. You may feel like I said earlier, that oh my gosh, everything's terrible, so I give up. But it is still good to know, some things I am not able to implement right away, but I keep them in the back of my mind and say, all right, now that I know that, I will seek to look for, a cleaner alternative in the future and implement it at a later date. And so that's something that you can do. Another person I follow is Carolina, I think. Carolina McCauley. She gives a lot of tips about how to home make your cleaning products, a lot of home cleaning remedies and things like that you can create using things that you normally already have in your house, like white vinegar, like baking soda, like dish soap, etc. And let me tell you, the things that she does on there are wonderful, and they really truly work. So back to, like I said, do not get hung up on thinking that natural cleaning products cannot get your house clean, because Carolina will show you that they definitely can. And then the last one, the one that comes from the title of this video, is an app called Think Dirty. And so I was in a store one day, and I wasn't even looking for this. I was in a store one day, and there was a lady on the aisle. She was very nice, and we were just chatting it up, and she was just like, hey, have you ever heard of Think Dirty? And I was like, no. She showed me, she put out her phone, and she showed me how it works. It's literally an app that I I would recommend to all beginners, all of those who are at their beginning stages of trying to figure out this cleaner living thing, because you can literally scan the barcode on any product. And I won't say that they have all products registered yet, but you know, as you scan things, if they don't have it, you can request that they add it. But either way, once you scan that product, it will then pull up the stats on the product. And so you'll see this wheel that shows, it'll be green, yellow, and red. And so the green is all the clean ingredients that are in the product. The yellow are things that are half and half that, you know, are kind of bad for you, but not that bad. You know, they're kind of good for you. And then the red are things that are not good for you at all, that are, you know, considered harmful. And so it'll show a wheel to show, you know, how many clean ingredients there are, how many half and half ingredients, and how many risky ingredients are inside of the product, which is wonderful for all of you guys who are just starting off, for all of you guys who don't feel like you have enough time to learn every single chemical to avoid, don't have enough time to figure out, you know, every single detail, but you want to be able to commit to this cleaner living thing. Think Dirty can be an awesome tool to do just that, because they've already done the work for you. You can literally go in the store and scan and choose the best option. My rule of thumb is I like to see products that either have all green, maybe have a good, you know, 10% red if I have to choose something that's not, you know, all the way green, or maybe has a little bit of half and half. But I like to see that the green is more than 60 or 70% of my products. You can kind of choose how you interact with the app and how you choose your products. You know, that's up to you. They do offer a way for you to search out products. So let's go back to my hair example. Let's say I'm looking for a new hair product. You can literally click on shampoo and it'll give you some recommendations of shampoo, and you can read the stats on them. It'll tell you if it's hypoallergenic, if it is fragrance free, etc. And you can do that for a lot of categories: cleaning products, detergents. I know I actually used it recently for finding a new laundry detergent. Trader Joe's was closed on New Year's. I was like, what is going on? And that is where I like to buy my detergent, and I needed it on that day, so I used Think Dirty to help me find another detergent that I could use that was free and clear, that had mostly, or if not all, clean ingredients, and it was a great help to me. I know that they have additional options and features that are included in their paid membership. I do not have a paid membership, so I do think that you can get a lot out of it just from the free app alone. But they do have additional things in the paid membership if you want to see every single ingredient, investigate all the ingredients. You know, if you are that far in advance in your, you know, journey, or you want to learn on a deeper level, it's actually not that expensive to do so. I think it's about $28 a month, or $28 a year, or $3 a month. So that's very inexpensive if that is something that you are ready to get into. And honestly, this is not a paid ad or anything like that. I'm not advertising this to you because they asked me to. This is something that I stand by, that I use, and that was revolutionary for me. Instead of having to stand in an aisle and Google every single thing, Google every single ingredient, like, Think Dirty has done almost all the work for me. And so I wanted to be able to share that tool with you guys, to just let you know again that this cleaner living journey is possible. And I wanted to take away some of the excuses you may have for not starting. Think Dirty is literally the thing that snatches away all those excuses and says, Nike, just do it. Get started. So I hope that was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I'm not an expert. I am on this journey with you guys. What I do is I go do the research and share it with you, so that I can cut out some of the time and headache for you, so that you have, again, little to no excuse but to get started or continue your health and wellness journey. I hope that you have a healthy and wholesome week, and I will talk to you guys again for Faith Fridays. Bye.